Hi YouTube, it's Lena, and I am coming at you with my 2015 favorites and fails. I know that I should have put this up last month, but I had a lot of, start of the year project pan type things going up, and I put up a lot of videos, and this one I didn't really have time to make it, and I certainly didn't have anywhere that I could really put it up. So here we are instead. This will probably be going up on like the 13th or 14th of February. But, such is life. I just knocked something over, but it's okay. So I'm gonna start off with the favorite first because I do have a lot of favorites. I do have some massive fails as well, and I think I remembered everything. So let's get started. All right, first off, I have skincare for favorites. Now, a lot of these I'm gonna have to insert pictures up because I don't have them anymore, or in this case, I have a teeny tiny one. So just bear with me on that. But first, I have the Fresh Seaberry Moisturizing Face Oil. I tried to stick to stuff that I discovered this year or that I went through completely this year, so I had an opinion on it. I love this face oil. Like most oils, I wind up using up in like the bathtub or something like that so that I can get through them a little faster. I would never do that to this. I love putting just a few drops of this in my moisturizer. I love the smell of it. I know a lot of people don't like the smell of it, but I actually do. I love how it makes my skin feel, and once I go through all my face oils, I'm buying a big fat bottle of it. But thank you, Play by Sephora box, for sending me a little one. I have the Queen Helene Mint Julep Mask. Deeply cleanse and refreshes oily and acne-prone skin. And this huge tub I've had for a couple of months, and I've been loving it. I've actually made a small dent in it. I love that minty smell. It just makes my skin feel so clean after I use it and not oily like it feels 95% of the other time. So I love this stuff. I would repurchase this stuff again and again and again. I can only find this at Sally's. Like, I know there used to be like just a green and white bottle of, like tube of it that you could buy at regular stores, but I can't find it anywhere around me anymore. And the girls at Sally's say that they sell out of this all the time. They have this big tub and a teeny tiny tub. I meant to originally buy the teeny tiny tub because I wanted to test it, but this is what they had, and it's only like $6, so I went with it. Let's see, next we have, I don't know if it's called ROC or ROC, but it is the Retinol Correction Deep Wrinkle Night Cream. I got this in, I believe, a Target beauty box, and as you can see, I've already got through like half of it. I think this actually helps some of the deeper lines in my skin. I put this on every night. You could technically use it day and night, but if you use it during the day, you need to wear sunscreen, which I do wear sunscreen anyway, but I have other stuff that I use during the day. And I do think this kind of like plumps my skin a little bit to help, fix the lines. This is $20, so it's kind of expensive for a drugstore find. I do have another one that I got on an auction account on Instagram for $1, which I'm really happy about. I do think this is worth it though. And like I said, as you can see, I'm getting close to being out. Next is something that I will have to insert a picture of, but it is the Simple Micellar water. I literally just finished this up about a week ago. Sorry, I had a nose itch. But I like how it takes off all of my face makeup, but it feels really gentle. It's not wiping a cloth all over my face. It doesn't make my face as red as, say, using a makeup wipe all over my face. Now, I don't think it's really irritating my skin, so say, but it's just the action of wiping something along my face. I think a cotton pad must be a little bit smoother than, say, a makeup wipe. I don't know. I just really like it. I'm using the Garnier one right now, but I think I actually like the Simple one better. Even though the Garnier one, although it costs a little bit more, it comes with a ton more product. I will give it that. Next is the Ole Hendricksen Truth Serum. Picture here. That I do think really helps improve the brightness of my skin and helps with some dark spots. And I keep balking at buying it, even like the $48 half size, because it is so expensive. And it kills me to do that. But I have a fail coming later of me trying to buy something else in place of it. And when I am done with that, I'm just gonna buy the damn thing. I give up on trying to not have that in my life or trying to replace it with other things. Next is hair. This is a small size of it, which you can get the big size too. This is the Living Proof Prime Style Extender. Locks in your style longer. I have no idea if this really works. I do think it makes my hair smoother and it keeps my hair maybe a little less greasy in the long run. Oddly enough, the smell of Living Proof products, which I didn't used to like, have kind of grown on me, with the exception of something that I will mention later. It calls itself a hair primer. Highest level of quality and value, ideal peak condition to make, ready, and prepares all the things that prime means, apparently. It extends your style 2 times longer. La 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 la. Weightless shield to perfect and smooth strands and repel dirt and oil. Like I said, I don't know if this helps. Weirdly enough, I think this helps my hair dry a little bit faster as well. So I really like it, and I do like putting some kind of lotion in my hair because my hair is naturally a little bit on the frizzy side. So yeah, I really like this. Let's see. Next, you're gonna see a full shampoo and conditioner. This is the Hask Argan Oil from Morocco Repairing Shampoo and Conditioner. I used some samples of this earlier in the year and I just absolutely fell in love. It smells amazing, kind of orangey and citrusy somehow, because I usually hate the smell of Moroccan oil things, but this I absolutely love. It did help really smooth down my hair. This is also sulfate and paraben free, and I know some people think that's stupid to look for, but I do obviously dye my hair. I need to re-dye it, obviously. But I do think going sulfate free has helped keep my color in for longer. And I know a lot of people look for cruelty-free items. This is cruelty-free, and you can find it at Walgreens for $5.99 a piece. Or Ulta for $5.99 a piece, I believe, as well. It's either $5.99 or $6.99. Either way, totally inexpensive, totally worth paying for. Let's see. Next, I have 2 dry shampoos, one of which I have just the Batiste in general. This one is the Fruity and Cheeky Cherry, but they're all basically the same to me, except the brown one. That does not work for me for some reason. It just didn't work nearly as good as the rest of these. I think I need that super white cast, which they do leave a white cast. And the other one I really liked is the Klorane Dry Shampoo, which I will have to give you a picture because I have used up mine. I keep getting them and using them up. The only thing I don't like about the Klorane is that when I get the little mini bottles, they're like $10, by the way, for the mini bottle. I go through them in like 4 uses because I use a lot of dry shampoo at once. Like, I take it down my middle part, I go through my roots, I lift up the back and spray back there. I use a lot of dry shampoo when I use it at one time. I do think they both do a great job of getting the oil out of my hair. They both do leave a serious white cast. What I do is I spray my hair the night before and then I go to bed, and then when I wake up in the morning there's no white cast. I don't have to spend like 15 minutes rubbing white out of my hair. And that's really the trick. So if you have something that leaves a white cast, just do that. I know you have to kind of think ahead, but it's worth it. Let's see, I will have to show you a picture of this. This is the normal hair color that I use. It is the Enrage hair color. I would have used it, I just picked up some more hair dye and I would have picked up that, but they were out of the color that I wanted. So I had to go with the Ion again. And the Ion fades faster than the Enrage does. I really like it. I think it smells like, you know, old school bubble gum instead of stinky hair dye like most things do. So I recommend that to everybody. And finally, we have something else I will have to insert a picture of. It is the Beauty Protector Spray. This is, I guess, a Birchbox brand. I've only ever seen you be able to get it from Birchbox anyway. I do think this stuff smells really good. It helps detangle and soften my hair. I love to use it as like a leave-in treatment after I shower. And even though it's like $22, I totally want to buy a full size. But I have so many little hair things, and I have a full size of the Healthy Sexy Hair Soy Tri-Week Leave-In Conditioner that I don't need to buy anything like that right now. I didn't use those. Oh, I do have one more hair thing, and I actually have it. This is the Salon Selectives Intense Conditioning Treatment, Argan Oil from Morocco, 3-minute hair therapy. Let's see. This is why I can never get on board with more expensive deep conditioning treatments. Because this stuff smells good, it works just fine on my hair, and it's $1 and I get a ton of uses out of it, especially when my hair is shorter like this. So yeah, just go to the Dollar Tree and pick you up some of this and see if it works for your hair, because it totally works for mine. Now, makeup. First thing I have on here is, this is the 5th anniversary packaging, and it's a little cheaper to buy the normal one. But this is the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner in the color Trooper, which is the black one. I am actually wearing this right now, but this has a little shaker in it, which I love. It's a nice thin point right there. Mine's kind of dirty because, well, I use it. And it gives a nice, good, thin or thicker line if that's what you want, but you can get a thin line too. And it stays in place, which a lot of eyeliners do not do for me. So I really love that, and I would purchase it again, even though it's like $18. Let's see, next I will have to insert a picture of, as much as I ragged on this mascara's wand, I miss it. It is the Covergirl Supersizer mascara. I had a first impression that I will link down below, where I'm pretty sure I jabbed myself in the eye with it because I was just trying to do the whole twirl thing, which you don't do that, you will hurt yourself, or at least I hurt myself, but I'm a klutz, let's be honest. This gave amazing volume and great length, and apparently it worked with that stupid little rinky-dink brush. I missed that crap. Maybe it's because I'm using mostly less than stellar mascaras right now that's making me really miss it. Or mascaras that are great but really expensive, and I know I can get that for like $6 or less, that I'm just going crazy. It's like, I missed that stupid mascara, and I was so glad to be done with it. Like, I'm even using the newer CoverGirl one right now, and it's not as good. So, and the other one that I listed, I have it right here, but I'm gonna insert a picture of the brush because this is unopened. This is the Well People Expressionist mascara. It comes in this little white tube that I got it from Birchbox. I bought another one from somebody online. But if you like a little more natural, but still, you know, look like I did something with my lashes, I did put mascara on. I didn't just color them black. But you don't want, you know, va va voom mascara lashes. This is really what you need. It's a little on the expensive side, but it is really good. So I would definitely recommend trying that out if you're looking for something a little more natural. Like natural looking. I think that might be a more natural brand too, but I can't speak for that, so I have no idea. Next is my all-time favorite brow pencil, actually. It is the Chella brow pencil in Tantalizing Taupe. I will insert a picture of it right here. I used this up in a Project Pan earlier this year, and I really miss it. It has a nice kind of thinner point, so you can really get in there and, you know, do some detailed work. It was a great match for my brows, and even though it's like $16, I really want to buy it again. I really enjoyed it. See, next, speaking of brows, this is actually a brow mascara. I used up two. One of them I technically used up in January, but whatever. It's the e.l.f. Brow Gel Mascaras. I will insert pictures of them, but they're really good for $2. My only complaint about them is that they don't last very long. And something like the Anastasia Brow Gel, you will get a ton of use out of it, whereas the e.l.f. ones, you usually get about 2 months worth of use out of if you're doing good. And you can see through them, which on one hand you know when you're done, but on the other hand it is very gross to see them start to turn brown or black or whatever you use on your brows. Like, I was turning it blue for a while, even because I sometimes use blue in my eyebrows instead of taupe, but it actually does hold my brows in place pretty well. So I will probably never actually buy the Anastasia again. I think I like the NYX Control Freak a little bit better now that I'm starting to use it, but I mean, it would probably just depend on which one I was closer to being easier to get for me, is whether I went with the NYX Control Freak or the e.l.f., honestly. Let's see, next I actually have this. It is the Makeup Forever Step 1 Skin Equalizer Hydrating Primer. I never thought I would be super in love with a hydrating primer, because if you guys have followed me for a while, you know I have super oily skin. I have oily skin in the dead of winter, like, it's ridiculous, but this is amazing. I do want to try their mattifying one because this is so great, and I can use it even though I'm a grease ball. but it makes your makeup go on so smooth and it makes it look so good. And I do think it helps with prolonging how long your makeup lasts. I think if I tried to use that like in the middle of the summer in Louisiana heat, my makeup would melt off like crazy. But, you know, that's the nature of the beast of being greasy. I really love that though. I don't think I would ever buy a full size because of the fact that I can't use it year round, and this is like $37. But they have like a half size for I think $17 that I would totally be happy to buy. Next is a foundation, and it is my Maybelline Fit Me Matte in Poreless. It is in the shade 112. I am wearing it today. I really love the finish of this. It does match me pretty darn well as far as a light shade of foundation is concerned. It is for normal to oily skin, and I do think that it really does keep up with my oily skin. I do have a first impression of this that I will also link down below, but I don't know, I love this. I think it does help with my pores a little bit. I'm not wearing a pore filling primer right now. I'm wearing a regular primer. I'm wearing the Hourglass primer, so that's not really a pore filling primer. I think it looks good. I think it stays really well. I know not everybody loves this. Some people think it gets too cakey on them, which I will say you have to be oily to get this to work right. And I know a lot of people have an issue with this oxidizing on them, but it's never done that to me. I mean, maybe as I get further down the bottle, when it's been exposed to more light, I might start having that problem, but hopefully I will use it up before that becomes an issue. Is a highlight. I technically originally got a sample of this highlight in 2014, but I used it up in 2015, so I'm counting it. It is the Balm's Cindy Loumanizer right here. It's very cute packaging. The Balm nails packaging so well. And it does have a mirror on it, but it's just this like peachy pink highlighter, which you would be worried that it would be kind of dark. But once you blend it out, it really does work as a highlight. I have no idea if you're going to be able to see that or not. It doesn't look like it. But I really think this does work as a really pretty highlight. A lot of people also use this as a blush topper, which it totally works for that too. But I really enjoy it. I got this from a blog sale from Curious Sparkle, so I only paid like $10 for it, rather than the 21 or 4 that I think it cost. The other kind of highlighty product that I have is the Hard Candy Glow All the Way blush. It's actually a blush and highlight duo. Mine is in the color Sunburst. Now you can either wear them separately and get a blush and a highlight like right here, or you can mix them up and get like a super light pink highlight. Either way, they're all really pretty. It is super shimmery. Not like big chunks of glitter, but you will see glow and shimmer, and it is so pretty. And I like that the packaging kind of holds up when you pull it up like that. Maybe it's just a weird me thing, but I think that makes it feel a little bit more quality rather than the top flopping around. I don't know, maybe I'm just weird. Let's see, next I will have to insert a picture of this because I forgot to bring it over. It is the NYX Prismatic Eyeshadow in Mermaid, and I have a pan on this in my Project Pan Roulette, which showed me just how much I loved it. It is this beautiful light green eyeshadow. It's super shimmery, and something odd that I learned, this shadow mixes well with other shadows, so that if you want to make it a little darker, tone down the color a little bit, you could totally do that. But I think it actually makes a great everyday super pretty eyeshadow for, say, like the spring and summer. I wore it a lot in the fall, which then I mixed it a lot with Pewter from my Lorac Pro palette. Got this kind of greeny, almost bronzy thing going on. It was gorgeous. I love it. Let's see. Next is the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Lip Liner in Ozone, which I will have to insert pictures. I don't have it anymore. Using that made me realize my love of clear lip liner. I'm wearing a clear lip liner right now, just not that one, sadly. And oddly enough, I missed that one because I went through it. I thought I went through it really fast. It took me like 4 months to go through a complete brand new full size. And I was like, that's kind of fast for I think it's now like an $18 lip liner. My Rimmel one, I went through even faster. So I don't know, maybe there is something to buying higher end rather than drugstore. Okay, next is my ColourPop Ultra Matte Liquid Lipstick in LAX. I love this color. Like, this definitely is something that screams fall in like the biggest of ways, and winter. These have no weird scent to them. I know some people had issues with theirs like pouring out. Thankfully mine has not done there or anything like that. It does stay in place all day, and it is, once it dries down, it is totally kiss proof. It does not move, but at the same time it's really easy to take off with a makeup wipe, or at least it was for me. So I love this. I don't know if I would get a ton more shades because I have too much of everything, honestly. But say if I wanted to pare down to one line of liquid lipsticks, this would probably be what I go for. Plus they're only like $6 a piece, and you can't beat that. Now this is something that I have worn on and off for years, but I went through one of these this year, which is why I threw it in here. It is the Buxom Lip Gloss in Dolly. Is this technically the lip cream? Yeah, this is called the Full On Lip Cream, and is one of the tingly ones. And then Play by Sephora sent to me a little miniature, because I went through a full size, and that did take me forever. These things do last quite a while. But I do think that this is a very pretty color. It's like this little mauvey, neutrally pink color. It does stay on your lips for a while, despite it being a lip gloss. They are a little on the sticky side, but I think that helps as far as giving it staying power, so I don't really mind. But it's not like that gross kind of sticky, like where you know, roll your lips like that and your lips stick together. It's not that kind of sticky. Oh boy. And now on to the fails. Yay! Don't we love to hear people gripe about crappy products? I don't have most of these because either I finished them off, thank God, or I threw them out or gave them away. I do have a couple though. First off, I only have the packaging left over because I finished it. It is the Garnier Clean Nourishing Cleansing Oil. This technically says it's for dry skin. The formula itself is fine, although people told me that oils aren't supposed to leave a film over your eyes when you use them, so maybe it's not that great, I don't know. This is the only oil I have ever used in any prolonged sense of the word, so. The problem with this is this leaks everywhere. Like, even though this is empty, this is somehow leaked onto my desk. Like, it is somehow the worst packaging known to man, and I am not the only person that says that. Everybody that has had that around for a while has complained that that thing will slowly leak. It is some huge defect with the packaging. Like, a friend of mine sent me the first one that I had, and it leaked in the packaging, like in the box. She thankfully like wrapped it in plastic and everything, and thank God she did because it leaked. Next is the Nude Advanced Renewal Syndrome. Serum. I will have to insert a picture of it because it's been banned from my house. This serum I got in a Play by Sephora box. They sent us like 7 packets of it so that we could get like a week or 2 of use so that we would know, you know, whether or not we liked it. It never did anything for me as far as, you know, advanced anti-aging or whatever, and it broke me out so bad, you guys. It was crazy. I broke out everywhere. And with the exception of one other product that I think is actually next on my list, stuff doesn't break me out that easily. You know, I'm oily. I do break out every once in a while, especially around that time of month, but I mean, these were hardcore zits all over my damn face. You could have... It was like somebody slapped me in the face with a piece of pizza. I have no idea why that broke me out so bad. Other nude products do not break me out like that. Just no, I will never try that again. And the other one is from a brand that I have now refused to try anything else of because it broke me out so bad. This is the Borghese Fango Purificante Clay Cleanser, which I will insert a picture of. I took this to DC with me when I went on vacation in October, and I broke out, but at the same time I thought, well, maybe it's a change in elevation, maybe it's the change in going from hard to soft water, maybe just being on an airplane made my skin go haywire. It was so many different things that it could have been. I didn't chalk it up to the cleanser. And then I went to use up the cleanser and I started breaking out really bad again. And I'm like, holy crap, it's this freaking cleanser. I used up the rest of it as a hand wash. I was not gonna put my skin through that just to use up a cleanser. I would never use anything else from that brand because I'm so scared that it's gonna break me out. Next is one of the only other things that I actually have. It is the Body Shop's Vitamin C Skin Boost. This is $28 for this 1 ounce bottle. I got it on sale because otherwise I don't know if I would have gotten this. I tried this as a replacement to the Ole Hendricksen serum. It does not work the same. I don't know why I thought this would work the same. They both kind of smell the same, but they have a completely different texture. This is more on the, it's not silicone, but it feels like that thick, heavy feeling that silicone primers have. It feels like that. And it doesn't do anything as far as I can tell. So I would not recommend this. I'm just trying to use it up to get it out of my life. It doesn't do anything bad, but it doesn't do anything good. It literally does nothing. Next, I have 2 dry shampoos, both I will insert pictures of. I have the Pantene Dry Shampoo. And while the product itself was fine, every one that I had, the packaging broke and would no longer spray before I finished it up. So there's a packaging flaw with that I would not recommend them. And the other one is the Living Proof Dry Shampoo, which the formula worked fine, but it smelled like ass. And my husband was like, why are you using that up? I'm like, because I paid for it. Or honestly, because you paid for it, because I'm the housewife, you're the one that works. So wouldn't you want me to get your money's worth? And he's like, no, just throw it away. It was my last use of it that night when I was complaining about it, and he's just like, you're an idiot, stop doing that. But no, I'm stubborn and I'm determined, so I used it up, but it smells horrid. And it's one of those smells that clung to my hair for the entire day after I used it, so I would not recommend it. And it's expensive too, so. Like Batiste costs like $10 or $5.99 if you could find it at like a TJ Maxx or a Marshall's. So yeah, just buy Batiste. Buy Suave, buy Dove, buy anything but the Living Proof one. And now we have some makeup, of which I only have like one of them. Let's see, we have the Make Face Gloss, which I got in a Birchbox. It literally felt like lip gloss that I was supposed to tap onto my face. It was the grossest feeling known to man, honestly. It felt so nasty. You would have to have the driest Sahara Desert of skin for that to work okay on your face. I don't know what this brand was thinking, and I don't know what Birchbox was thinking by sending it to an oily skinned person like me. Next is something else that failed because of my oily skin. It is the L'Oreal Lumi Foundation. My sister gave this to me, so I wanted to use it up because I didn't want her money to go to waste, because it stopped working for her because her skin got too dry even for it. Unfortunately, this was not a good color match for me. I had the N1 to N2, but in L'Oreal's foundations, I am the W1, and I can wear W2, but not only that, it always broke down on my face within about 4 to 6 hours. Like, the Maybelline withstands at least 8 hours of wear on me, and that's really about all I can ask for with foundations. But this one, the color match wasn't that great, and it broke down really quickly on me. Like, no matter what I did. I'm starting to lose my voice, so I'm gonna try and be quick about this. Next is something I got in my December Ipsy bag, but it's so bad to me that I had to mention it. This is the Pacifica Power of Love Natural Lipstick in the color, I think it's nudie red. Yeah, nudie red. Now, the color is pretty, I will give it that, but this smells like the worst, nastiest kind of like clay mask with maybe a little bit of mint thrown in there. And also, it emphasized every lip line I had and made me look like I had wrinkly old lips. So it was a very drying formula too. Not pretty. No thank you, Ipsy. We can keep that. Next is MAC nail polish. I have only ever tried one. It was the Mean and Green from the Villains collection from ages ago. But that formula was so thin, it took 3 to 4 coats to get any kind of opacity. So I went through that polish really fast. I'm glad I bought it from a blog sale rather than say full price, because I would have been really mad. So I went through it super fast, which is why I threw it in my project polish, because I knew as soon as I started using it, it's like, I will pound through this. Let me just throw it in there so I could say I went through a nail polish. Not worth it. Next is the Smashbox Full Exposure Mascara, another fail from Ipsy. I'm going to do a best and worst of Ipsy and Birchbox as well sometime this month. And it's kind of made me reevaluate whether or not I should keep Ipsy, to tell you the truth. But honestly, this mascara didn't do anything horrible. It just did nothing special for me. Like, it didn't give a lot of volume, it didn't give a lot of length, it didn't hold a curl super well or anything special like that. And it's like a $20-something mascara for a full size, so I just don't get it. And now they have the X-rated one that has come out. Maybe it's better, I don't know. The other mascara I had was the Marc Jacobs Gel Mascara that really failed for me. It was always super goopy and wet, and it would get everywhere every time I used it, and it was just a pain, and I finally just gave up and threw it out. Next is a really controversial one, but I know there is a small minority of people with me on this. It is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette. I know, I'm so horrible, but honestly, I don't think this is made for super greasy people because it always looked wrong on me. It always made my makeup look weird. Like, if I tried to use it all over as a setting powder, I would look like I had a weird mask on, and it would mess up my makeup for the day. And they were all too subtle to use as a highlight. Like, even the darker ones were too subtle to use as a highlight. So for $58 for something that I could not figure out how to make work for me, I took it back. That is the only thing I have ever actually returned to Sephora. And thank God I bought it in store because I didn't have a receipt because it had been like 6 months. And I wasn't gonna get mad at them if they couldn't take it back because I was just like, hey, I'm gonna try and take this back. If not, I'm gonna sell it online and try to get at least some of my money back. Thankfully they took it back and I switched out and got the Sephora Favorites kit, which I've been much happier with overall in the products in it. So, not bad. That's where I got my second one of these, among other things. Let's see, next are the Milani foiled eyeshadows. I did a review on these in like January of 2015. No matter what I did with these things, they creased. If I had a primer underneath, they creased. If I didn't have a primer underneath, they creased. If I tried putting a base underneath or not, they creased. If I tried setting them with powder or not, they creased. Nobody liked these except for Tati from Glam Life Guru. There was one shadow in the 2 sets that I bought that did not crease, and it was a really pretty pink one. And I'm just like, I'm not going to keep this just for one little shadow. So I gave it to my cousin's daughter who likes to play with makeup. She's like 8 or 9 years old. So I'm like, you know what? You have it and paint it all over your brother's face. That's all it's good for. Even though they were both like $9.99 a piece. I was like, I can't do anything with this. And finally, thank God, this video is going on forever to the point where I'm losing my voice. I had to pull it up online because I had to see exactly how to say it, or see exactly what the name was. It is the Physicians Formula Eye Booster 2-in-1 Lash Boosting Felt Tip Eyeliner in Serum. Now, I know Physicians Formula has, the skinny one that everybody loves, and I still want to try. This fat one, though, no matter if I set it or if I didn't set it, I would get giant black rings. Like, I have hooded eyes. No matter what I do, every once in a while, stuff will transfer a little bit. It is something that I've accepted in life. I just buff it out a little bit with a cream colored eyeshadow, and it's fine. I mean, these were giant black half moons on the top of my eye. And I was like, I'm not dealing with this. I'm not going to try and use this up or keep it just so that I can say, hey, I used this up. So I do throw out products on occasion that I cannot figure out how to make work, but something like the dry shampoo is like, I can just, deal with the smell. But anyways, that is it. Finally, thank you guys for tuning in. As always, I really appreciated it. I have really enjoyed having you guys with me for the past year, and hopefully we will have many more years together. So I will see you guys later. Bye!